Have you ever wondered how a country buys a fleet of fighter jets or a new line of tanks? It's not like adding something to a shopping cart. This is the high-stakes world of global arms tenders, a multi-billion-dollar process that shapes international security, and today we're taking you behind the curtain. Welcome to a world where technology, politics, and massive amounts of money collide. It all begins with a threat. A nation's defense ministry doesn't just wake up one day and decide to buy new hardware. The process starts years, sometimes decades, earlier with intelligence reports, strategic forecasts, and threat assessments. Are neighboring countries developing new missile technology? Is there a growing risk of coastal incursions? These questions lead to what's called an operational requirement. Military planners will draft a detailed document outlining exactly what they need. It's not just, we need a new fighter jet. It's, we need a multi-role fighter capable of achieving air superiority, flying at Mach 2, with a combat radius of over 1,000 kilometers, and equipped with next-generation radar systems. This wish list is incredibly specific, covering everything from performance and weaponry to maintenance needs and operational costs over its entire lifespan. This document becomes the bedrock for the entire procurement process. Every single decision that follows will be measured against this initial set of requirements. Once the military knows what it wants and the government gives the green light, we enter phase 2, the tender. This is where things get really interesting. The buying nation issues a formal request for proposal, or RFP, to a select group of allied countries and their defense giants. This isn't an open invitation. Only trusted partners are usually invited to the table. Companies like Lockheed Martin, Dassault Aviation, BAE Systems, and others then spend months and millions of dollars preparing their bids. Their proposals are monumental documents, thousands of pages long, detailing every single nut and bolt of their product. They have to prove that their jet, ship, or tank meets or exceeds every single one of the buyer's technical requirements. But it's not just about paperwork. This phase is often called a beauty contest for a reason. The bidding companies will fly their actual aircraft to the buyer's country for rigorous field trials. Pilots from the host nation will get to fly the competing jets, pushing them to their limits in mock combat scenarios and complex missions. They'll test the radar, the weapon systems, the maneuverability, everything. It's an intense evaluation period where the hardware has to perform flawlessly. Any small failure can lead to disqualification. On the ground, technical teams scrutinize maintenance procedures, spare parts availability, and the ease of repairs. A fighter jet that's brilliant in the air but a nightmare to maintain on the ground is a huge liability. The pressure on the manufacturers during these trials is immense. Their reputation and a multi-billion-dollar contract are on the line. Now you might think the best machine wins, right? Not so fast. This is where phase 3, diplomacy and geopolitics, comes into play. A defense deal is never just about the hardware. It's a strategic marriage between two countries that can last for 30 to 40 years. The buying nation is looking at the bigger picture. Which country is a more reliable long-term ally? Buying American jets might strengthen ties with Washington, while choosing a European option could deepen integration with the EU. These political considerations are huge. Then there's the economic factor, specifically something called offsets. The selling country doesn't just take the money and run. To sweeten the deal, they offer economic incentives. They might promise to invest a certain percentage of the contract's value back into the buyer's economy. This could mean setting up a local factory to produce components for the aircraft, creating thousands of jobs. It could involve transferring valuable technology to the buyer's domestic industry, helping them build up their own defense manufacturing capabilities. This is called industrial cooperation. For many countries, the offsets and the technology transfer are just as important, if not more important, than the military hardware itself. It's a way to leverage a massive defense expenditure to boost their own economy and technological base. It turns a simple purchase into a strategic national development project. The negotiations around these offsets can be just as fierce as the technical evaluations. After all the trials, political maneuvering, and economic negotiations, a winner is finally chosen. But we're still not at the finish line. Welcome to Phase 4, the contract. Now, the lawyers take over. Teams from both sides will spend months, sometimes over a year, hammering out the final contract. This legal document is incredibly complex. It covers delivery schedules, payment terms, warranties, training packages for pilots and ground crews, and long-term support agreements for spare parts and upgrades. It also includes strict clauses on confidentiality and technology security. Once the contract is drafted, it often needs to be approved by the buyer's parliament or national legislature, especially in democracies. This can open up another round of public debate and political battles. Opposition parties might question the cost, the choice of supplier, or the strategic implications of the deal. The government has to defend its decision and secure the necessary votes and funding. It's a final, crucial political hurdle. Only after all legal and parliamentary approvals are secured does the final handshake happen. The contract is signed, the champagne is popped, and the first down payment is transferred. But this is just the beginning of a decades-long relationship. The first aircraft might not even be delivered for several years, and the partnership will continue for the entire service life of the equipment. From a single threat assessment to a signed multi-billion-dollar contract, the global arms tender process is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a fascinating intersection of military strategy, cutting-edge technology, high-stakes diplomacy, and national economics. These decisions, made in quiet boardrooms and secret negotiation sessions, have a profound and lasting impact. They don't just equip an army, they forge alliances, reshape industries, and ultimately define the balance of power on the global stage for generations to come. The next time you see a news report about a major defense deal, you'll know the incredible, complex journey that happened behind the scenes. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into the world of defense procurement interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. See you in the next video.